Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
I heard
You
myself.
sound sad, Nims.
I sound sad because I'm on this young Marth journey, and I was just hoping for some sleeper legendary hero. I was hoping for it to be like Rise or something that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's a late April Fool's joke, you know? Look at this shitty hero. Ha ha ha, let's all skip. No. No. They literally go for the one hero that like I have a left that I have a really big soft sauce for that wasn't in the game.
Fortunately, I went Golden Deer, so my bias is not as strong. Meaning I can continue to get pity broken.
My bias is
the
in the
other
opposite direction.
Well, I know you guys are unlikely to be the same here, but I knew I was all about Black Eagles ever since before the game even released. I just looked at everybody, heard the stories, was like, well, I'm pretty set. I wasn't gonna be swayed by any other house. And the Lonely Emperor, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nevertheless, I'm still kind of pressured here. Like,
Right.
I might put a couple in.
As you should be. I want to give her a home. Show her the happiness of... By the way, her B slot's ridiculous. So show her the happiness of killing endlessly. Because she's going to do mad work in anybody's team, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling, but not for any of the units you guys are pulling for.
I mean,
Yeah, I know, you're going for
that's-
Ephraim.
That's,
That's
strong.
easy.
Yeah, I'm going for Ephraim.
Obviously, duo Ephraim.
I hate that I was correct in saying that Duo Ephraim was going to be on this banner.
I'm so happy I got him when I did. I don't need more pressure right now.
I don't mind, but I really want that merch.
I'm probably skipping on the banner. As much as I love Edelgard and how cool Raging Storm is, I need a guarantee that I get that plus 10 Marth, or everything I've done thus far in that banner is just wasted.
I still have only gotten Marth so far, so I kind of need to devote whatever I have left.
I got a Shira
Who is this?
today.
Yeah. Alright. Anyways.
I'm definitely going to be putting at least something in for Edelgard because I'm also a fan of Edelgard. You've seen how I built my base Edelgard.
Mad Trash, you're a fan of Edelgard? I had no idea.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
She just looks okay. I don't even need to review her art to say this is one of the prettiest heroes in the entire game. Like,
No, I gotta fully admit that. Hacken did a really good job.
right.
Very nice job with the art.
She looks so right. Sometimes heroes get released, I'm just like, this feels a bit off. But like, whether it's due to their positioning of their weapons, how, like, there are so many things that just get me off on a hero, but she has everything down right. Like the way she's holding the shield, how she's striking the axe down, and she looks absolutely ferocious. Like, the detailing here is so good. I'm just blown away. I really want her, but I have to get Marth first. I have to be strong.
Yeah. Be strong. I know I have to be.
I mean, to be fair, in the same amount of orb, it's going to get you like quite a few more Mars. So,
I mean, yeah, but there's also the matter of this will last for a little while, and whatever orbs in that time could be spent towards Edelgard will get spent towards Marth.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Because while I have more time for Marth than Edelgard, the safe play is to get at least 400 orbs into the young Marth banner. Because that's you. Let me put it this way: if I miss out on like 2 Marths and I got a +8 Marth, I can't use him.
Can't.
I can't. It wouldn't make a difference for me. So I just committed all those orbs, and I gotta wait for whenever he's getting reran. If he's getting reran, I mean, we know probably he's gonna get reran, but how much longer in the future?
Star,
yeah, the 4-star focus is kind of the iffy.
That's the part that nobody's really sure on.
Yeah. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So I kind of have to just devote all the way in there. But yeah, if I had the orbs, I would definitely go for Edelgard because this kit is so synergetic and it's so clean. I wonder what her stats will be. She's gonna hit like a truck. She's
Well,
gonna
I already
have to.
can tell you a few of those.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So we already know she has 45 HP because that's the trailer.
Yes.
She has around 42 attack.
42
38
attack.
defense.
Wait. Is this with attack res solo in?
No, this is base.
How are you sure?
Because that blue lance flyer she fights is specifically from Dimitri's introduction chapter in the main story. Book 3, chapter 9, part 3, I think it is. Part 2.
Okay, no one cares. You don't have to be that specific. Okay, I believe you. Yeah. Someone fact check him. But I believe you, yeah.
It's that chapter I was searching with him.
And then
okay.
Bonfire. And then she procs a Bonfire for 20 damage, but she has Byleth supporting, so that's 2 defense knocked down. It was a 20 damage Bonfire, so she has to have between 38 and 39 defense. As for other stats, she has to have at least 29 res. Probably be higher, which means at most she has 25.
Okay, I figured she would have lower res. Makes sense to me. But I gotta ask, what do you think of her kit, though?
I can actually see that some people are probably going to change a little bit, at least as far as the A and C slot go.
Well, yeah, I understand that. A slot is the most changeable for me, but
Well, yeah.
I have one very big question.
yes.
Yeah.
Does Raging Storm stack with the regular Gale Force?
The eternal question right
I
there.
don't think it does, but it doesn't say.
It doesn't
anything.
say. It would say it does not stack.
Because you
so-
realize how crazy it is if you use Heavy Blade, Gale
Exactly.
Force.
Heavy Blade 4, Gale Force.
Yeah,
Look where
because
Heavy Blade 4 is.
You would just smash into them. They hit you back one time, so that's 3 cooldown down, and then your next turn, and then Raging Storm gives you another turn, and then you just hit them again, and now you have Gale Force, so you can have a three turn. Like, that would be ridiculous.
Because let's put it this way: regular Gale Force says once per turn, and then Raging Storm says once per turn. Depending on how they run it out, it might just be that you can have each one proc once per turn, ergo she gets 3 actions self-sufficiently. Unfortunately, no slaying, but if you run Heavy Blade 4, like from Duo Ephraim, then you can reasonably go down to 3, enemy counterattacks 2. If you don't double, you get your next combat, goes down to 0 after you attack the enemy again, and you go again. 3 combats, self-sufficient.
You realize like how devastating this would be. You could
Exceptionally.
this might be, if that works out, a 3 action Gale Force hero, and really, she moves like a normal hero thanks to Armor Stride. Now, she has to be alone and might mess up some buffing, but people are gonna have an easy time to figure that part out. Come on.
Yeah,
She doesn't
I
need
would hope
armor
so.
stride.
She'll probably. You could keep openings going, if anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see this being extremely devastating. It blows me away. What is going on recently? What's with everything being so busted?
They really are making these legendary heroes fit their name more so nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That said, not as a pressure about this for Ether Raids purposes, but in Arena, absolutely terrifying.
Think about how many dragon teams are just going to be completely shut down.
Yeah, Dragon
yeah.
Combs have nothing. If
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a pure dragon team, as long as she doesn't die, they're dead. There's no question.
I don't think you can kill everyone. So, but there is one flaw. Oh, but it's so slight.
And that is,
She's not running guard. And you know how dangerous.
she's not running guard, and she's gotta still be alone at all times.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
just
the
gonna say
guard-
that that's not as big of a deal because, well, they could double her, but because of how her weapon works, it depends on her speed. But it's probably
Her speed is.
It's
bad.
probably bad.
it's
Yeah,
probably
It has-
bad.
It's at most 25, which I'll say right now, I'm actually expecting around 21, roughly. Let's just say that.
Because here's that scenario that you just mentioned. If they have Vengeful Fighter and she cannot double them, it's 25 speed. That's a iffy proposition because she doesn't get like a special, right? She's not charging.
She's not accelerating without an A slot or a seal.
Yeah. So in situations like that, I think she just loses. She can't naturally double, and she's not getting a special off, and they're getting 2 shots. And if it's Vengeful Fighter, it's definitely a special too. she's probably screwed. But
Yeah, she's super dead.
but yeah, that's the only weakness I can see. Now, very clearly, she's supposed to be used as a specialist hero, Dragon Stones and Beast Damage. It says very clearly. So you don't.
Yeah, that's
she's
the
not
main
for
target.
everything, but
She can be, but
She
she's
can
not going to be murdering everything. This is kind of like Legendary Hero, where there's a specific hatred towards beasts and dragons.
mhm.
Dragons, especially with Marth,
Mhm.
because
yeah,
he just
but-
says, "No, you don't get to counterattack. You get to die instead."
Pretty
Yeah.
much. It's just going the extra mile with those, but otherwise having a pretty solid centric kit.
Mhm. I don't think this like destroys this game until until I see Gale Force how the Gale Force situation plays out. Again, if she gets 3 turns, that could really change everything. Like
Yeah.
that's basically
I don't know.
another extra Gale Force hero in the
Depends on
combat.
the kind of unit that you're getting up against, but reasonably 3 turns of combat, if you're not a red tank, you're dead.
I can see her actually working very well alongside Brave Hector in Gale Force situations as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you really want to go that route, you can also bring
Oh, by the way,
being
you guys do realize she has like something that a lot of heroes don't. Because this Gale Force triggers, well, it's not even really Gale Force, but because the extra turn triggers just by being alone, she has an option to attack things. She's likely gonna have super high attack. She has an option to attack low defense, like 1-hit targets, and she's still gets
she
extra
can
turn.
just
That's really
get
valuable.
around and kill then. And if Gale Force stacks, then even if they're really far away, she can just keep Gale Forcing her way around the target until eventually she reaches the lower defense foe.
Yeah, so that's why I think Raging Storm is real. This is
The charge thing is just awkward. That's about it.
wait, what
The charge thing is awkward. Like, you have
Yeah.
to actually figure out how to actually
Assuming
charge
it's-
Gale Force, but
Yeah.
you need Heavy Blade realistically.
And even
So-
then, if it's like low defense target, you're not getting Gale Force off.
I mean, even if you just, as long as they can counterattack, it shouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
If
As
it's
long
an
as
all-range-
somebody counterattacks.
Yeah, if it's an all-range team, she's not really gonna get that
No.
off.
Oh no, she'll never get off Gale Force.
Hold on,
without
if
that.
you attack a low defense target, you attack. Heavy Blade triggers, -2 cooldown. Then you attack a high or another just moderate value. As long as she gets hit 1 time in this situation, it
Or
triggers. Or
if you
you
wanna be
run something to
funny-
give her 1 more cooldown. Like
Legendary
Hector.
Hector, who is
Yeah.
a fire unit.
yeah, so it's not that hard to play around.
Another potentiality is giving her Heavy Blade on the A slot and then
Heavy
Quicken
Blade
Pulse
for
as the
a
seal.
slot, QP seal.
Yeah,
is
that
another
also
option.
works.
You are missing out on stats though.
I
Well, you
am
still
not
get the
sure
plus
how
5
many
attack.
stats she's gonna
Well,
need.
you get +5 true damage per attack.
Also, Heavy Blade 4, really? You're gonna kill a better Gale Force unit.
I don't think so. We haven't even seen the stats yet, but I highly doubt it.
She'll probably be even almost easier to. Actually, she should be about as easy to proc at as Ephraim, because if Ephraim has 39 attack, she has 42. It basically works out to the same after the lull.
Yeah, but we're talking about Dua from here.
Well, yeah, we're still talking about
And
two Ephraim.
and
Who
specifically, we're talking about foddering Dua from, which is,
Yeah. You
What?
gotta kind of pick your eggs here.
What this is even as a free to play player, as in like I don't spend on banners. I would make such a sacrifice because I feel like it gives her something that no other hero can do, which is quite literal. No other hero can do this.
I'm
That-
gonna wait. I would wait until we know for sure that Gale Force.
Yeah,
But
I
if
know.
I
I would
wait
wait. I would
that-
wait. But I'm saying if it does
It
turn
might-
out to be the case, these are
It might be
exactly the
worth
cases that you
sacrifice.
save up for. Like I wouldn't
Mhm.
put Heavy Blade 4 on many heroes at all. It would have
That
to
one
be
I-
something that only this hero can do, and that's what Edelgard has.
Pretty much. Not to mention you free up your seal, you can run Death Blow, so you're getting more true damage than if you ran Death Blow 4 with regular Heavy Blade 3.
Mm-hmm. And we
Yeah.
don't really know how bulky she actually will be because
38 defense is pretty much a guarantee. The res bulk is the big question.
the res
But her
bulk
H-
is a question, sure, but like her axe takes away 6 of your attack.
Mhm. That's
And
the
it-
main thing. You kind of bring that up with like Crom.
Maybe
he's deceptively bulky.
Maybe she's a user for Fortress Defense Res. I'm not sure if she needs more attack.
If you're going to be using Heavy Blade, no.
No. I'm saying, I'm just weighing out the A options. I know if we talk
Yeah,
about
if you
Heavy Blade
want,
more.
if you're not going to go for the Heavy Blade option, then yeah, might actually be worth it.
Because you reduce the
and-
damage, and she can only get hit one time, so...
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a really interesting hero. You got
Whatever
so
you're
much to play
thinking-
with.
Basically, anybody who built Rudolph, you can think of some similar A slot options to his. Even though he doesn't have one at base, you could probably work the same way as you do with Rudolph, seeing as how they're identical and like what they basically do.
Yeah.
Armors cannot use Time Pulse, guys. That would be so busted.
They can use Panic Smoke,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is a perfectly
And-
solid option here.
Yeah, that's something that I am considering doing, is giving her Panic Smoke for a C slot and keeping her with Brave Hector for Armor March.
Yeah,
Here's the
because you
thing.
don't have to start.
I value Armored Stride so much. Which, by the way, it's gonna feel so bad when people kill her off for Armored Stride. Come on.
Yeah, people are going to do
Armor
that.
Ball. It's so hard to make it like maybe with Winter Ephraim, but I wouldn't really put it on anybody else because most are actually designed not to go alone.
Yeah. But here's the thing: if you Armored Stride, this is such a ridiculous skill because a lot of problems with armor was just like you can't run them. It's not very good. It's not a very good idea to run them alone. You just don't get the maximum value of it.
Mhm.
You run Armored Stride, running one armor by itself, perfectly fine. Which also is why I think she's so amazing, because can be used in any situation.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an armor emblem comp for this particular unit.
It's also why I value Fallen Tiki so much.
Yep, that's why people fear Fallen Tiki. You know, besides the 4 stats, but plus 4 to everything. But it's the fact that she can move on her own self-sufficiently, just so long as she's alone, or in Fallen Tiki's case, adjacent to dragons or beasts. But
Yeah.
nuances.
It's dragons only for Fallen Tiki.
Oh,
Beasts do not grant her the
Beasts don't.
bones
Yeah, that's
from
true.
Solitary
Okay.
Dream.
Anyways, the point I was trying to make was essentially this is just like a max BST hero moving like a normal hero,
Essentially.
and they already
Yeah.
have more stats coming off from their axe. So you're just a walking stats ball. Like that's just moving around perfectly. Which, by the way, Armor Stride will allow her to move through forests, so she actually has like pristine movement,
Better infantry movement, basically.
better infantry movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's gonna be. That's ridiculous. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, there isn't anything crazily special outside of Raging Storm. Like that's the only game-changing thing here. Everything else is not that crazy.
Yeah, Aymr is basically the same thing as Thorn Lance, just with a different condition.
Yeah.
Armored Strike.
It's a much more consistent condition, simply because it's not affected by debuffs at all. Whereas
I mean, yeah,
Thornlance's
but you also have to
condition-
still be a solo armor. Whereas Thorn
Yeah.
Lance, Rudolph has literally the highest attack out there. Good luck.
Do you know how
It's not
annoying
always gonna happen.
it is to fight her? Because you can't stop Raging Storm. If you bait her out, Raging Storm triggers.
Oh yeah, as long as if she doesn't die, that Raging Storm will not stop. You can't stop that with Guard. You can't stop that with Pulse Smoke or Witchy Wand. It will happen, guaranteed.
And again,
It's not a special.
if you bait her forward, it's almost guaranteed she's alone. So
Yeah, more than likely.
okay, well that's gonna be super annoying. If she has a fast special, oh boy, that's gonna ruin someone. Can you imagine if someone runs Raging Storm? What's this? Well, Bonfire. Yeah, she could run Bonfire. Heavy Blade.
If you want to be silly, you run Redwood Sky.
Well, yeah, you have a lot of options, but
You really would hate dragons at that point.
right, but like there are so many ways to screw people up because you only have a 1-to-1 exchange unless you run Null Follow. And
Yeah, well, no follow-up. Is every armor's bane?
I know,
That's
but
sad.
with that said, still, if you don't have it and you bait Edelgard, it could just be game over because if that bonfire triggers, you're probably screwed.
Yeah, you're dead. Let alone the fact that she's going to hit you twice with among the highest attack, period. Considering that if she does indeed have 42 attack, like I expect, That's 61 natural attack, 65 plus attack, effectively 71 with the Aymr debuff.
You already figured out to 71?
Yeah,
Oh my god, okay.
effectively.
'Cause it's
And if you keep it
19
solo, that's 77.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 19 acting like,
Yeah.
19 acting like 25 might weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 631
Holy crap.
attack offer kit.
Okay. I really want to see. I really want to see your actual stats. I already know, Legion. We've been through this enough times. You're always very, very close. Remember Young Minerva? I released a video, and there's a couple people who saw it like after the fact, and like, this guy is eerily close. How does he know? Because you were off by 2 stat points. That was it.
I work on the beta team.
But yeah. Anyways, I think Edelgard is one of the most interesting additions to the game I've seen.
As far as armors go, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just Raging Storm. Armored Stride, introducing Armored Strides to this game is going to change a lot of things up. And you guys
It's gonna
got to
change a lot of armor dynamics.
right.
A little bit awkward though.
Well, yeah, you gotta worry about being solo, like all rouses. But for the fact that any armor can be run in any composition now, that's a huge boom.
The only issue,
Even
well, by the way, that's so easy for it to trigger. You know why? If you ran, say, 3 infantry or infantry flyers or calves or whatever with 1 armor here with Armor Stride, first turn it doesn't work because most likely they're next to somebody. But afterwards, they're just moving normally because everyone's ran past them.
It's basically like a slow start.
Yeah. And they can just run up, rally, and then the other hero moves away again. And then again, they're alone now. So Armor Stride is just going to normalize movement for armored heroes if you do go that path.
Yep, pretty much. Granted, it's a much more expensive option than March, which is now even in the compile manuals.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who actually go the mile, they can run their armor in any team, basically.
Yep, I agree with that. Anyway,
Stride will also still work well in full armor teams. Just have half of the team using Armored Stride, half of the team Armor March.
yeah, that's true.
That way you have them moving at all times, adjacent or not.
At least half of them will have that 2 movement at all times, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
Unless both of the Armored Stride ones are next to each other for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the maps randomize it like that, but yeah, generally speaking,
Yeah.
that might happen.
Well, that's why you swap places, but yeah.
Anyways, I'm super excited for her. I would 100% go for her if I had the orbs.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Likewise.
gotta be smart about this.
I gotta be more conservative towards getting any focus unit. Jeez.
She's got some really nice animation too.
Well,
yeah.
that part was standard, but I want to see everything else. Okay, in terms of the rest of the banner, I think this is pretty quick. I looked over it and I was just like very, very bored of Carlos and Red. I think Carlos headlined by Silk and Red is headlined by Legendary Marth and the distant counter in Creed. I don't really value Creed anymore at this point in the game.
He's still a really solid unit.
He is solid, I
Doubling
get
it,
it, yeah.
Not getting doubled off of 1 penalty, even now, is surprisingly good.
Right. But I'm just saying, compared to Blues and Green, it's not a contest.
Oh, no, it's not a contest. I'd probably say... Crap. Because then you have to beg the difference between Ephraim and Edelgard.
You know, you realize that's kind of really wacky, because those are 2 pristine Gale Force heroes. Well, projected for Edelgard, but we know Ephraim for sure is a great one.
I mean, at least she's great Gale Force.
Hold on, you realize you can just build her the way we talked about Heavy Blade 4 immediately from this banner.
Yep.
That's funny.
Exactly.
I still don't like that.
I don't think armors can run lulls, which is kind of the awkward part.
It doesn't matter if you wouldn't use it.
So you literally can only take that from Ephraim unless you want auto attack.
But chances are you wouldn't use it. Raging Storm is just a really amazing skill.
Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't use it. I'm just saying,
yeah,
had the option, then you probably would take it. But no, you can basically just build Edelgard off Ephraim if you so desired. Unfortunately, there's no smokes here to capitalize on, but that's whatever. Oh, tax mode, but yeah.
All right.
Funny enough, this is the 2nd banner in a row in which Legendary Celica and Edelgard are together in some form.
Oh, you're right. Edelgard was
Oh,
before
yeah.
Celica. I remember that because I wanted. Yeah.
All three of them were there, right?
When Celica debuted, it was Celica, Thracier, and Edelgard.
And then there
I
was Claude and
remember
Dimitri on that banner as well, right?
That's why I wanted
Yes.
that banner because it was just like, wow, I like all three of these girls.
I would be more worried about Claude than Dimitri personally.
Claude being
Legendary.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be more worried about that.
Yeah, their effects are much more terrifying.
Yeah, especially with
They're also their move types are
heroes.
more terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the context of heroes, Claude and Dimitri will be significantly more worrisome to deal with.
Depending, but
We'll see. We'll have to see the stats.
in the
first,
arena
but-
meta, then I think arena meta Edelgard will be on.
Yeah, you
top.
have to keep that in mind because sometimes you just don't see heroes. Like everything's great on paper, but they just don't fit in these teams.
Well,
Yeah.
since
Poor
they're-
Forsyth.
Well, since they're doing pair up, I mean, they're scoring about the same.
Oh yeah, they're gonna score about the same. It's more so just a matter of which more targets the meta, and Edelgard heavy hits the armored meta. Well, the dragon meta rather. The beast meta doesn't exist, and she's a part of the armor meta, so she synergizes well with those compositions
Isn't she like
already.
2 bins higher then in terms of points?
Well,
What?
she's gonna have a personal.
She's probably
piece
gonna have
skill.
Hers
Because
duo skill should be, or pair up skill should be a 180 BSD treatment.
yeah. Wait, hold on, hold on.
I wouldn't be surprised if it gives her the 185 treatment, but
I wouldn't be
we'll see.
either, but I'm saying it's probably gonna
Because from what I remember, pair up heroes count as 175, and she should be 185.
Crom
right?
is 180.
Except for Crom.
Except for wait, really? Wait, Crom got
Crom is
bumped.
one-
Crom counts as 180.
What?
There's a reason why water season's actually higher than every other season. It's because Crom has more SP on his assist and a higher duel on his pair ups.
Okay, Crom, that mother. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, if you need a more reason.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think she should have that advantage, is what I'm saying.
Without a doubt.
Yep. If you thought water earth seasons were bad, wait until water fire seasons.
Water
become
fire
more common.
season's gonna.
Yeah.
At least there are 2 armors that are fire, so, you know.
Both of which can technically. Well, she can synergize off Hector at least,
Yeah.
ironically.
I can't wait to see the one guy who runs both Flame Emperors together.
Well, that's the funny thing because
I know.
literally
Go
next
ahead.
Week,
Yeah.
Plus 10 Flame Emperor will be available to so many people who are saving grails for that, myself included.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a +7 Flame Emperor as well. Not this one, but
Yeah.
the other one.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
Alright. Anyways, banner comes out on the 30th until May 7th. It is a same amount of time. Let me know if you guys will be pulling. Personally, I am completely into that Young Marth. Chances are I'll have enough orbs. Like at the end of the Young Marth banner, I'll have enough orbs to use on something other banners, but this will be over way by then, so I probably won't matter.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will put whatever I can into green. But if I had to prioritize them in general,
So if this Edelgard has Aymr, then it's confirmed Zilla Edelgard will have the Sword of Sorrows and the shield will be her exclusive skill.
I'm assuming you probably won't fully understand that, Nims.
I don't, but I have a pretty good idea.
Well, we'll just leave it at that. But the CYL alts are definitely going to be more interesting if they're not their time skips.
You guys also have to keep
That's-
in mind, the CYL alts don't have to follow anything in particular. They could go entirely.
No, they don't
different-
have to. They follow a theme with themselves, somewhat.
Yeah,
but they
but-
don't tend to follow an actual theme as far as like
Yeah, just
where they are canonically.
don't think about it them canonically and just expect it to be the case. It's actually
No,
more
they could
often not the case.
Not the case. No.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Like I think Elliewood's the closest.
Right? Because you got to think about CYL heroes in the past, like they were just reimagined versions of the characters, right? Like Ike at the end of the game is not digging up his father's axe and wearing his clothing, you know?
I mean, he actually does get to use Zervon. Taken.
I know,
Yep.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't just base it off of that because it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't I don't think it would even work with the sea oil specifically.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting out to see whatever happens there. But as far as color priorities, green, I'm actually going to say green's a little better than blue. Not because Ephraim's bad, but because blue shares with Naga.
Yeah, that's
and
weird to say, but
Tsubasa
it's true.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like on net, I think blue's a little weaker because green has both Legendary Celica and Nagi, who has kind of funny actually, who has distant counter and special fighter at the very least, or is also a really good tank armor. And then Legendary Celica is a really good green mage. Tsubasa is really good on blue lance flyer, though we have competition with her right now. Thank you, Duo Paula. Naga, if people want her, they probably have her. That's the main thing.
I'll just point out for Naga, I'm not even sure if she's worthwhile pulling for anymore. Well, I do
still think
face.
that mixing Naga and Altina is not a bad idea.
I know,
Naga
but that's what I do.
Distinct support.
But I'll just say this: if you gave me the option between Naga, Altina, and Altina and Altina, at this point I'm leaning towards Altina and Altina, because dragons are still there thanks to Duma, but Duma's not hard to kill anyways, and usually that's the only dragon I'm using her ability on nowadays. I still see other heroes. I do. Every week I see other dragons, but it's just a small handful. Whereas double Altina will just provide value in every fight I go in. Just because
the main
of the extra
thing
3
is
attack.
I run Naga as a chill bot, and then also a chill soak with her stats. So that actually...
No, I do the same thing. I run her with Smite, and what chill does she come with? Chill speed? Chill speed and chill attack or chill defense. Depending on whichever bonus hero, whatever I run, whichever skill I run on them. So I get what you mean, and I do that too, but yeah.
I just prefer not to have too many sweet kitchen, realistically.
Okay.
But Naga still also comes in handy sometimes as a tank because her stats are okay. But that said, again, if you have her, you probably won't need to pull her again, and if you don't, there's probably a reason for that, or you're just really unlucky.
But yeah, I agree with that assessment. I think she's the weakest link there, which is kind of weird to say since she's valuable for ether raids, but in terms of fodder, she doesn't keep up. In terms of a unit, hard to say keeping up with the other heroes as well. So she's still really good, especially if you get a lot of dragons around her, or just a lot of heroes buffed with that dragon ability. So
basically.
Yeah, if you build a team entirely around Naga, then she can become nigh untouchable, where like even something like Idun would struggle to keep up defensively, but without that level of investment, she's not going to be quite as good.
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right.
That's pretty much it. Like, colorless, I'd say, is better than red. Red has distant counter. And then a bunch of legendary heroes most people have seen plenty of times before. Colorless has Silk, which is melancholy. For anybody doing Rucker Sieges, that's almost invaluable.
I know,
and Lorum is a good dancer.
I'll just say she's kind of just stuck with Lurum and Air. Air, come on. At this point, there's really no point in suggesting Airs
or
anymore.
Mystic Boost. No, I would never suggest her.
Air is still really good for light season because of her passive healing, though.
I know, but that breaks Vantage teams, and for example, for me, I never run it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to run it at that point, but there's also Mystic Boost there, and more merges is more score. But it's much like Naga.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, for generally people, like in terms of a valuable unit, if you probably have enough airs by now. Probably.
Yeah, you probably do. She's been rerun enough. But Lorum, Disarm Trap, and Dragon Slasher are both really good, and at the very least, she's a good dancer.
She has one of the worst arts I've seen in recent months.
Yeah, fair enough.
Her proportions are all wrong. She's like an alien trying to look like a human being. It's so bad.
It's kind of weird on the neutral art. But
for Lorum, it's basically just you basically have everything you need for a dagger dancer.
Pretty much, whether it's her or not, you have a really good dagger dancer out the gate with, and then melancholy. So I'd say colorless is a little better, but that's my kind of basically green is greater than blue is great. This is great. That's my distinction.
I agree. Okay, And final
Right.
thing is, Edelgard's cute yet fierce. Yes, that's the best thing about her.
Absolutely. If anybody pulls just for that, I won't blame you.